What's up, everybody? Yo, let's talk about this real quick. I want to get back into this Devin Haney. I think, and I was saying this before the Regis fight, he was just really good. People were sleeping on him, and now they're starting to wake up. You saw the Regis Prograis fight where he won a unanimous decision. It looked like I said, I predicted if you go on his channel and you look before the fight actually happened, I said it would be a mismatch, an outclassing. Some people said, yo, you're a casual boxing fan because they really don't know. They just fall on the channel. They don't even realize that I've been doing this for a while. But anyway, so obviously I was right. Sometimes you get some wrong, but yeah, I was right on the money with this one because you could already see the blueprint here with Vasily Lomachenko, who I predicted would beat Rigondeaux, and a lot of people criticized me on this channel, insulted me, said some messed up things, but you know, that's fun. That's all part of the being online. I could take all that stuff, but I was attacked for saying that Loma would outclass Rigo, or not outclass, or beat him, and he obviously did what I said. But anyway, I want to break this down to Haney, the potential fight, but unfortunately why we're probably not going to get this fight for a very long time, you know, because, you know, you got two great fighters. We're talking about Devin Haney and versus Gervonta Davis. And if you go through, you could see there's drama there on Devin Haney's Twitter. There's real beef there. And I can't blame Devin Haney and his dad for going out there, trying to get the biggest fights. Because right now, the bigger name is Gervonta Davis still, because of the opponents and the appearances that Gervonta Davis has had, I guess, more of the higher profile fights over the longer period of time. Whereas people were just sleeping on Haney. They didn't really see that he's probably most likely the truth that I believe he is. And yeah, so they want the biggest fights for him. And unfortunately, if you're Haney, you're going to have to wait to fight Gervonta Davis, because if you're Gervonta Davis, people, you got a bigger name, you think, and you're going to make more money fighting who's that guy? Ryan Garcia's of the world. Fights that you know where Gervonta is going to win. But you throw him in there with Devin Haney, then you have problems. You don't know if he's going to win. That's a big problem. They'll call it a 50-50 fight. From where I'm sitting, at this point in time, I would favor Haney beating Gervonta Davis. I think it would be a decision. I think he'd box him, he'd do a masterful Floyd Mayweather-like performance on Davis, leaving Davis frustrated, looking for one punch in the middle rounds, getting more and more frustrated. And dare I say, Haney would expose him and show you that Gervonta is really good, but Haney's a lot better. It would be an exciting fight. Of course, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying this is just my opinion as a boxing fan. I'm sure you have yours. And you see the ages they're age 25. Orthodox fighter, that is Devin Haney. And Gervonta Davis, let me see. Gervonta, I'm looking him up. Davis. I'm on the actual box records. Gervonta Davis he's a really good fighter. I got the wrong. Why is this guy coming up? And then they're gonna make me refresh and do all this stuff. Anyway, Gervonta Davis is a really good fighter. Has a lot of power, and it would be an amazing fight. And they should both fight in their primes. Like right now, Davis is older. He's 29. He's going to hit 30. So by the time they fight, Davis is already going to be in his 30s, where Haney is only 25. And the southpaw stance, will it cause problems? I don't think so with Haney, because it looks like he's seen it all. And if you look at Lomachenko is one of the toughest fighters out there. He's a southpaw, and that is more bad news for Gervonta Davis, because Lomachenko's arguably one of the hardest fighters to beat out there. Lopez, some people believe Teofimo didn't win the fight. I thought it was a close fight, but regardless of what I think, he lost that fight on a record. He lost his first fight, as you already know. Second fight to Orlando Salido, that is Lomachenko. He only had one professional fight versus Ramirez. Came in there and fought Salido that night, and he started winning towards the end of KG veteran with a title. He went for the title right away, and he lost. But yeah, he beat some great fighters. That is Loma, including Guillermo Rigondeaux. So it's going to be really interesting. The problem is for Gervonta Davis, in my opinion, he fights in spots. He gets hit clean with right hands a lot, much too much for my liking. And I think that Devin Haney is going to definitely do a really good job at beating him with a decision. And I think, unfortunately for us, we're going to have to wait for this fight. In the meantime, what happens? Who do they fight? Where do they go? Do they end up with losses before the fight? No one can predict the future like that. So I'm just hoping they can fight soon. And what are they waiting for? Gervonta Davis is going to turn 30. Then we're going to wait till he's 33 and Haney's 28 or whatever, 29. And Davis is 34, 35. We already seen that with Errol Spence and Crawford. Who wants to wait? The fans unfortunately suffer. We have to wait to see these dope fights. You know, young prime fighters in their 20s. Usually got to wait when they're undefeated. We've seen this with Floyd Mayweather and so many other fighters where the promoters milk the fighter. They get them as far as they can. And then when they want to cash the chips in, both sides, both parties, on the undefeated fighters or the fighters that are really hot, they wait and they take the chance to sign them to a fight when it's already too late. I feel like, oh, really? Now they're fighting? They're 34, 35, or 32 and 35 years old, and arguably almost middle age at 35. Some of these guys. Crawford put on a hell of a performance at 35, and he had a lot in the tank. It was great to see with Errol Spence, but still, we should have saw that fight earlier, because then you had all the doubts with Spence, with the car accidents and stuff like this. People doubting, a lot of things. People making up stuff where Crawford definitely just was on another level. So it could be the same case with Haney. Haney could be on another level than Gervonta. And of course, anything could happen. It's boxing and vice versa, but I just don't really see it that way. I just hope for a really good fight, and I feel like they should fight soon. I really don't like waiting for these fights. It's crazy how long we gotta wait. Yo, what's up with that? The waiting is just ridiculous. So also, Devin Haney said in his last tweet on January 7th, he's talking about Ryan Garcia, I believe. If Ryan is such a big draw, why he only fought on pay-per-view once, never before, never after? Why couldn't he sell out the last arena he fought in? Ryan Garcia is not on the same level as Davis and or Haney. I think Haney would have an easy time outboxing him. Really easy. It wouldn't be hard at all. Ryan Garcia, unfortunately, when it comes to boxing, isn't an A-class fighter. He's a really good fighter, really marketable fighter, but as far as being at the upper echelon of boxing, elite class, pound for pound class, that's just not the case, unfortunately for him. Not everybody could be great. Not everybody could be amazing and blazing and have that rarefied air, that master class boxing cloth sweet science that, in my opinion, Devin Haney has. And I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. I said this before his last fight. Once I saw Devin Haney beat Loma and the way he did it, I knew. I was like, all right, this guy's the truth. The way he did it is the way that fight went down. Okay, it may have been a close fight, but the way he did it, it was pretty obvious to me that we have something special here. Like, Andre Ward coming up. Andre Ward, heavier weight, of course, but super middleweight, right? And he had that tournament, and everyone said, well, this guy, Andre Ward, is the truth. He's got something special. That's how I feel about once-in-a-lifetime fighters that we rarely get to see, and that being Devin Haney. I feel like Gervonta Davis is really good. He's like on that, I guess that, not the style, but that Cotto level. He's just really, really rugged, tough, massive power, really good fighter. Could beat a lot of people, that is Gervonta Davis. But when he steps in there against someone like Devin Haney, I think it's a wrap. And I think that message that Haney's leaving him, what he says on his website, he says all this, I don't want to say the word do is talk, and he meant everyone never want to be, I guess he meant, it was a typo, be a P word like you. He said that to Gervonta Davis. And this guy wants to get in a big money fight with him. I believe Bill Haney his trainer, dad, believe they can get this fight and win it. So I think they're really stepping it up. I think they're more willing to fight. Devin Haney's more willing to fight him and his dad and his camp to sign the fight versus Gervonta than Gervonta's people are willing to put him in there with Haney because they don't see an upside to it. It's more risk than reward for them. I feel that. So that's why we won't be seeing this fight. Davis is his own man. I'm sure if he put his foot down and said, I want to fight him, let's make it happen, they can do it. So I asked the question, is Gervonta Davis ducking Devin Haney? Some may think so. Look, you want to do what's smart business sense. You only have a small window on boxing to make as much money as you can. And when that window dissipates, there is no more at that level usually, unless someone transcends boxing like a Muhammad Ali or, a Mike Tyson figure where they can generate more money out of the ring than in the ring. So at this level, unfortunately, these guys aren't there yet. So they got to do what they got to do and make the best fights that make sense for them. But for us fans, we want to see Devin Haney versus Gervonta Davis. Why watch anything else? Why? Let's get the truth. Let's see who the best is. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm out.